Well, hello, everyone, and welcome into the new look of the TexAgs Rewind. It's not a brand new look. We'll be using it from time to time. This is brought to you by Specs in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Speaking of Specs, the 4-time Retailer of the Year. Got the Fan Show guys with me. Got Schoonover, got Nick Savage. All right, gentlemen, your favorite part of the show. We'll go with Roy.
Probably McGee and Swope. I enjoy just
they're so good.
I like them individually, but when they're together, I love them. Kind of their back and forth.
Agreed.
It's incredibly insightful.
Hunter?
OB breaking down the Heisman race.
And I like that sponsor on that one.
Yeah, it's good.
Shirley Flaw, they're the best.
You and AT in a full blown death match was pretty good.
Everybody says I sounded mean. I don't think I was mean.
No, I think
I just came with facts.
Both a little salty.
This was way more chill than last week.
I think the fact that I accidentally gave him the Indiana schedule on accident, totally on accident, never on purpose. I think he looked at that as like a hoodwink thing. Sorry,
I thought it was brilliant. So
that guy's pretty smart who did that. Schoon,
definitely AT and you getting at it.
Why?
It was just interesting. Y'all two
arguing
back
that
and
guy.
forth. And
He's part of the Latino community.
What your favorite wasn't the Basic Instinct fan show?
It always is the fan show, but today just I don't know.
I don't know. Nick, did the fan show make the final cut?
Yes.
Who else?
AT, your best friend, Jim Turner, and Stephen McGee Ryan Swope.
You can't mess with it. We're 10-0.
10-0, baby. David Tenyo.
Keep putting us on the rewind.
I think we're just going to keep going and never go to the rewind. Check it. I win this game. That's what I was saying to myself. I don't know if I was trying to believe it or actually believed it. Does that make sense?
Thank you for believing that into existence.
It was so gritty. I mean, just how they were so resilient and they kept fighting and punching. And 99.9% of teams would have gone in there and folded at halftime.
Absolutely.
I mean, they would have been pointing fingers, blame. It's not only is it a testament to Coach Elko, what he's doing, but I think it's a testament to Coach Moffitt and going back into the spring and the summer and what they're coaching these kids and how to love each other and how to battle through some adversity and some tough times. And that goes to your strength coach, man.
Yeah.
I mean, what that guy's doing and getting our guys ready and prepared, not only physically, but mentally.
Yeah, that's good. That's a really good point.
Well, and then I'm thinking to myself, Coach Elko, first off, the extension comes out. We find out it's probably going to happen right before that game. That game's happening, timing, oh my gosh. But what I think I love about him most of all is how relatable he is while still keeping that I'm the head coach vibe, right? He'll slam a chair with his team. He'll joke with them. He'll also rip into them. He does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, he does. He's the real deal. I mean, I don't know if you could be any more bought in. In the last week, I think you've really seen a lot of the true colors of this program across the street. And another thing that I don't think gets talked enough about is how about Mike Elko in these negotiations? He's not just negotiating for himself, but he stood on the table and negotiated for his assistant coaches. I want them to receive the bonuses, not just me participate in this.
Right.
I love it. I love to see it,
I don't know
man.
too many guys doing that, man.
No, I don't either. And that's honestly, in today's world with NIL and it's just a crazy world we live in, but the guy is just, he knows what it takes.
Yeah.
He's got that magical formula and his team is bought in. You can tell those players just after that win, these guys really love Coach Elko.
Yeah, no, I just thought the committee did a really bad job overall this week. Everyone's focused on the Miami versus Notre Dame thing. But as you know, I go on Wednesday in Tuscaloosa. They're not happy with being ranked behind Notre Dame, given the wins on their resume and given the quality of their losses. And I do think, I think BYU is actually getting a really raw deal as well. We don't have to get into the whole BYU schedule, but I think this is where my frustration comes in. You talk about different national media members or different media members with different takes. My take is that all offseason I was told that strength of record was this metric that we had to live and die by, which, by the way, Texas A&M is ranked number 1 in the country, so maybe that proves the point that they should be ranked ahead of Indiana. But I just bring it up to very simply say that, my biggest gripe with the committee was, rules for thee, not me. And BYU strength of record is number 6. It's well ahead of Notre Dame, well ahead of Oregon. And I'll say this too, again, the whole strength of record concept was that you're not just supposed to be judged by wins and losses. Well, you look at Oregon's resume. Oregon doesn't have much of a resume right now. So anyway, I could go on and on, but that was kind of my big takeaway is I just want to know if you're telling me in August that this metric matters, then it has to actually matter once we get to the season, and at least right now it doesn't.
AT, last thing for you. Marcel, you think he's done enough to get to New York?
Yeah, there's still 2 more games. You know, I think that the Heisman is a totally reactionary thing. I've said this for years. Like you know, it's everyone judges it, unfortunately, based on the final few weeks of the season. And you know, you look at it like if he lays an egg against Texas, if somehow there isn't a win, I think there's a possibility he's not there. But I think he's done it.
For the quarterback to come back and play the way he did, like there's so much on that kid to perform right now. And early in the game, like everybody was saying, the commentators, how bad he was playing. And I'm like, wait a minute. If you really look at the game, right, and I think the O-line's a really good O-line. I think they do a great job. But they did not play a good game on Saturday. Mm-hmm. It was not their best performance. They had -9 yards rushing in the first half. And they struggled. They just couldn't get anything going. So when you're the quarterback, right, everybody knows that this game, how well a team does today in today's football is a direct reflection of your quarterback. I understand that. And so what 10 was going through, like if you look at 10 in that first half, I mean, you had 4 to 5 drops that hit people right in the face, and they dropped the football, which is totally like the receiver core here. I would take no other receiver core than the receiver core that the Aggies have over there right now in this country. There's no way 7 and 1, and these guys have done 3 have done all season long has been absolutely phenomenal. I love that whole crew. Okay, but of course they'll admit on Saturday in the first half they were bad. They were bad, and so every chance that 10 gets, to right the ship, to make it go, and all of a sudden those balls are coming out.
Yep.
We can't run the ball on first down. We can't get a yard on first down. And now everything's on his shoulders, and you begin to press. As a kid, you begin to press. And I think that's any kid. I think that's Tom Brady when he was in college. I think that's Peyton Manning when he was in college. I think that's every kid. It's natural.
Right.
You can say what you want, you know what I mean? But I thought that what he did in the second half was absolutely phenomenal. I think when he uses his legs, like he started to come out, like they had the 4th and 12. And if I'm not mistaken, he ran that for a first down.
He did, 16 yards, yep.
And so they had 2 4th downs in that third quarter that they had to overcome, and they got both of those. Gutsy calls, I got to give it to him. I wasn't sure about the 4th and 12.
Right.
If I was going to do that, you know what I mean? But they did it, and he got it with his legs. And I think when he did that, I think the game turned right there.
Hopefully everybody enjoys it. We'll do it from time to time. We go to the Angry Elephant News and Social Center. The same old look for Alex Schoonover. Northgate Alex, let's get the first question going.
We'll start with Roy. What's on your mind today?
Oh, wow. Well, what's on my mind is that I'm wearing shorts so everyone can see my sexy legs. So if you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome. What's on my mind, honestly, is the Texas game. Straight up. Thanksgiving and the Texas game. So all I can think about is cooking and then getting to watch that game. I'm not a player. It doesn't matter if I overlook a team. It doesn't matter if I overlook a game. I'm just like all locked in on this. And obviously, we still have the Stanford game to enjoy. We get one more game at Kyle, right? It's the Yellow reunion weekend. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of those guys. But yeah, it's just all I can think about is just beating the hell out of Texas right now. That's all I can think about. And it's, I know that probably seems weird given the first half that we played last week, but it doesn't seem weird at all given the second half that we played last week. And now that we have basically an entire body of work from the season, knowing that we have done, we've been in so many different situations, and quite frankly, a lot of those we've put ourselves in those situations, but we found ways to win and put teams away. And what we saw Saturday, literally greatest comeback in program history. So I'm in the camp of Saturday gave me a ton of confidence as opposed to a ton of worry. It was just a bad half. I mean, it's just what could have gone wrong went wrong, right? But that second half, I've just never seen it. I cannot wait to go to Austin. And I hate that that the kid's injured. Like, I never wish injury on anybody, not even Sips. But Anthony Hill being out, he's one of the few, like, true.
But that's not a guarantee for when A&M plays, though.
Well, it's sounding like he's probably not going to be available. And even if he is, he's got to play in one of those clubs.
Can you see?
It's saying he's questionable for this week.
For this weekend?
Yeah.
So, but even if he plays, though, I can't wait to go to Austin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going personally. I won't step foot.
I'll be there.
I won't step foot in that cesspool. But
Yeah, and I don't. These injury reports are still a little wishy-washy. I know we even play some games with them.
Yeah.
Guys from not on the report to out, or they're questionable, and then there's like not even listed on the Friday or Saturday report. So, but hey, what's on my mind is wow, what a day. So we were talking about what you were feeling at halftime, and I had a little anger, right? Because I was like, I don't want a word to use the word that I used during the game, but we pooped the bed.
Yep.
Right? And I was all this was set up in front of us, and I was just had some anger in my heart.
All right. Brownie, you're going to get to close us out.
Yeah.
All right. And I want you to use one line, anything you remember from the AT interview in your closeout.
Okay. Well, he did.
You don't remember anything?
No, he goes, it's real funny how Indiana had to come back, and they weren't worthy of their comeback, and then A&M does it, and they're worthy of the comeback, and you're going, like, what are you talking about? That's not what I said.
I never said
that. He goes, I've had a lot of interviews this week. I'm not sure if that was actually you. That's what he said.
And he goes, why are we bringing up things from 3 weeks ago?
It was pretty funny that he did reel that back in. But you want to like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell so you never miss another TexAgs Rewind.
Thanks, everybody. See you next time.